Hello everyone, welcome to LeetCode Daily Question Challenge. Uh, Today I'm gonna show you how we can solve this problem. Today's problem, the problem name is maximum number of coins you can get. So here is the description. We have to read it carefully um, so that you can understand. The overall requirements and the asking they asked to do. So I'm starting to read this description. So here they actually told that there are three and piles of coins of varying size. You and your friends will take five piles of coins as follows. In each step, you will choose any three piles of coins and not necessarily consecutive. For your choice, Alice will pick the file with maximum number of coins. You will pick the next file with the maximum number of coins. Your friend Bob will pick the last file. Repeat until there are no piles of coins. And then given an array of integers, piles where piles I is the number of coins in the ith pile, return maximum number of coins that you can have. So that is the example 1, example 2, and example 3, and the constants. The file's length would be in between 3 and 10 to the power 5. And file's length actually, the if you divide using by 3, the file length will be divided by 3. That means the remainder will be 0. That means the file length is the divisor of 3. So and then the the number of each file uh, uh, will be in between 1 to 10 to the power 4. We can now we can start to I mean analysis, and we can try to understand what they actually ask. So So if you look at this example, one trick is that to understand the problem, if you don't understand by reading the description, so one good idea is to read the explanation of any of examples. So like here, the first example they explained it clearly, like you have the piles, this one, and the pile's length is 6. That means 6 is divisible by 3, and the output is 9. How is 9? So they explained here. So choose the triplet 278. 278. Alice pick the pile with 8 coins. You pile with 7 coins and Bob the last one. Why Alice 8 and you 7 and Bob last? So here they clearly mentioned, so of course Alice will pick the maximum number. So here 8 is the maximum, that is why Alice picked up 8 coins. So then you will pick the next maximum number. So in this triplet, you will see the next maximum is 7. So 7 is for you. You should pick this 7. And the remaining one, 2, by default, Bob will pick the last one. So choose the triplet 1, 2, 4. Now we have another triplet 1, 2, 4. So the sequence it doesn't necessary here, and also it should not be consecutive. Choose the triplet 1, 2, 4. So who is the bigger one? 4. So Alice will pick the 4. And then who is the second one? The second big is 2. So you should pick the 2 coins. And the last one, Bob will pick. So that means in this triplet, you took 7. In this triplet, you took 2. So how many you took total. So that means 7 plus 2 is 9. So you have another way of taking coins, like if you take the triplet 1, 2, 8. So this is one way. This triplet and this triplet, there is one solution. There could be another solution, but there might have optimal solution or not. So so this triplet 1, 2, 8. So as 2 is the second maximum, so you should pick the 2. And in this triplet 4 is the second maximum, you should pick the 4. So 2 plus 2 in total 6 coins you can pick total. But earlier you see you picked 9 in this solution, but the another solution you can pick 6. Who is the greater? 9 is the greater. So this solution is not optimal. So now you have to find the optimal solution where you can maximize your number of coins. So this is the actually problem they asked to solve. So here only one tipler, so if only 4 is their second maximum, so you should pick 4. But here 18, so we have to understand how it's 18. So let's explain these example. So let's explain the third example. So here we have 9, we have 8, we have 7, we have 6, we have 5, we have then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 9 numbers we have in the third example. So always you will see total number is divisible by 3. That means there is 9 numbers, 9 is divisible by 3. There could be 12, there could be 15, 15 numbers in this array. So first we should think about the formation of the numbers. So as you have to pick the maximum one, so that means the greater the better, right? So the more greater, the more optimal you will get. So let's think like we want the maximum number tied to max because we want to maximize our solution. Okay, so as the answer would be how many total files you can get, that means you have to maximize your number. So if you first thing, if you take the bigger one, I mean the greater value, that could be, I mean, that could give you the optimal solution, right? If you pick uh, 9, if you pick 8 or 7, something like that. But you have to think, you have to divide this array into multiple triplets. So so triplets could be different, but you have to think in optimal way. So like first we can sort this array like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so so total 9 number we sorted. So why we sorted? When you see something like the greater number, greatest things, higher value, in a first sense, at first look, you can think maybe I have to sort the array because to filter out the greater value. So now you can, if you traverse from uh, right to left, you will see the maximum value first, the higher value first. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now we can take from the right side to the left side one by one. You will take the higher value first, the big number first, right? So instead of coming from the uh, left, we should come from the right side. That means from this side. Okay. So and one thing, another uh, hints like the problem is said that the Alice will pick the maximum one, and the second maximum you should pick, and the last one Bob. Okay, so here we can think like if there is a triplet like 7, 8, 9, like it is a triplet, right? And another triplet is 4, 5, 6. Another triplet, and another triplet is 1, 2, 3. This is the third triplet. So what would be the answer for you? So so 9 is the highest value here. So Alice will take. So you don't need to think twice about the Alice number. So without any question, Alice will pick the highest value. So you cannot pick this. So among those values, you have to pick the only 8. Then from here you have to pick the second highest, that means 5. You have to pick here 2. So if you sum up these three number 8, 5, 2, you will get the answer. 8, 5 is equal to 13 and plus 2 is equal to 15. So for this the answer would be 15, but there could have optimal solution, or meaning, so greater than 15, the answer would be greater than 15. So think about like that. One thing, can you imagine like that? Sorry. The Alice will take the bigger one. So if you make triplet, Alice will take the bigger one. You cannot think about the highest number, but you can think about the second highest, because the second highest is yours. But you don't need to think the Bob number. Get it? The Bob number could be anyone, but smaller than your number. Your number is smaller than the Alice number. So we don't consider the Bob number how bigger it was, but it should be less than the your number. Okay, so that means we can think like if we um, like this one would be x and 8, 9, because we are we are concerned about your number and the Alice number. So we are not concerned about the Bob number. Okay, so for this number it should be x 5, 6. So for this it could be x 2, 3, right? So x, always x should be here, x should be less than 8. Here x should be less than 5. Okay, here x should be less than 2. So so a less than here, x should be less than 8 means it could be 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All are less than 8. Okay, so but if you take the 7, that means we are consuming the higher value first. Can we think like as minimum as possible if we take, but should be less than 8? Yes, we can think so that to save our higher value, if we take 1, instead of 7, that that is actually indicating we are saving the higher value. We are using the minimum value because we don't need to think about the Bob number. We are more concerned about your number and the Alice number. Okay, so so instead of 7, we can think this triplet here like 1, 8, 9. Okay, okay, and for this we can think like, as we already used 1, we cannot uh, use 1 twice. If the 1 is multiple 1, if you see, then we can use, other than we cannot. So now we should use 2 as the second minimum. Then 1 is 2, then 2, 5, 6 is the another triplet. So instead of putting 4, we are using 2 here. Okay, so then for this, what we can do, we can do, um, we used here 2, 5, 6, right? And now we have what? Now we have 3. Okay, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong. So now we save here which value? Instead of putting 7, we used 1. That's 1, 7 we saved. So using 7, we can make another triplet like, 6, 7, right? So here we should put which value? We should put value 2, right? So this is one triplet, this is another triplet. So now uh, we are already done with these 4 values, right? And these 2 values, right? Now we have another 3 values, this. So this is the third triplet. Okay, this is the third triplet. So we have one triplet 189, we have second triplet 267, we have third triplet 345. So that means here this is the second highest, this is the second highest, and this is the second highest. If we sum 8 plus 4 plus 6, total 18. So that means our answer is 18. So 18 is greater than 15. The optimal solution is 18. The 18 would be answer. See, the answer is 18 here. So that means we have to sort the array first, and then we have to traverse the array uh, from the last one. I mean from the right side, the higher to lower. So, and if you take first these two, and from the first you will take first one, second couple, and the second one from the first, and the third couple, and the third one from the first. Okay, so if we traverse, if we take and if we iterate this array like this way, you will, and then in the meantime if you do sum, you will get our optimal answer, optimal result, I mean. Okay, so let's start coding. So here by default we see a portion of code which is written in C++ language. You can choose any of your language you would like to write code like Python, C Sharp, JavaScript, PHP, Java, and others. So I like C++ most because I am used to coding or problem solving in C++ or C. So I'm starting the coding here. So first, as we told that earlier, we have to sort the array uh, from ascending to descending order, or either way you can do that, no problem, but you have to handle the iteration in the code accordingly. So let's start coding. So first I can initialize a variable n, so with the file size. So I'll tell you later why I use this variable n. So then by default in C++, there is a library sort. So if we use begin, so here for C++, we have to write the parameter inside the sort function like this way. So then we have to write int. So that means the files array first to last will sort the array. If you don't define which order it will sort, by default it will sort ascending to descending order. We can specify the order here also. After here, comma, something like greater or something else. So then we have I'm writing like we have to store the answer. So here is the answer. I put here 0, and also I'm writing a for loop, and it has to be started from the 0, then I less than, and we should assign another variable like if I write j here, and it would be n minus 2. I'll tell you why n minus 2. Okay, so and then I should write here j, then I plus plus, and okay, so here I will generate the answer, or I will create the answer here using files value. So here I should put j. So how it works if I put j here, but we are not updating the j value. So we have to update the value of j so that it can iterate over the files array. So I have to I have to decrement the j value as I started the j from the last of the array. That means the greater to lower I'm traversing the array. So I have to um, reduce the value of j by 2. So why 2? If I go to the if I write here like I'm commenting and writing in the array 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the actually example 3, right? So after sorting, this is the example 3. So as I'm adding the number to get the answer would be always the maximum number coins that you can give. So that is the actually you have to sum up the your total coins. Okay, so that is why I initialized a variable answer, and I mean continuously I'm adding the value um, in the answer. So and how it works. So first I started j with n minus 2. Why n minus 2, not n minus 1 or n? So if the initial index here is 0 and the last index is n minus 1, so as we started the last one, always we know if we consider these two numbers though, so this will pick by Alice and 8 will pick by you. Okay, so that is why your number is 8. So what is the position of 8? The position of 8 is n minus 2. If a 9 is in the n minus 1 position, so 8 should be n minus 2 position. So you have to start from the n minus 2 position. That means you are picking only your number. Now you are thinking only your number and add, continuous addition. So so we started from 8, that means n minus 2, and then we will jump to 6, that means this position, and if you subtract 2 from this position to this position, that means minus 2. So here n is minus 2 here, that means if we want to jump this position, we have to subtract minus 2 again. So that is why we wrote here minus 2. J will be decreased by 2. So if we now iterate this loop and over the files array, and it will sum of the value of files of jth position, and when will it stop? Think like, for this value we consider 1 to make a tuple, uh, to make is what they call actually triplet. So, and if you take 7 6 7 and 2, another triplet, so rest these 3 are the third triplet. So why we will stop? So now we are taking these 2 and 3. Our J is here, our I is here, right? So we will stop. We don't need to cross these uh, I and J. Always I should be smaller. Okay, if I is here and J is here, that means J is smaller than I. That should not be. So we will stop until I is less than J. That is why our condition is I less than J. So if we return the answer, and run the code, you will see all are accepted. I mean, all case 3s are passed. So the correct answer we got. So now we are gonna submit this solution to see whether they accept it or not for all test cases. So other than these 3 cases. So sometimes our solution and um, could got accepted uh, for these 3 or 2 cases, not for others. So it doesn't mean that if these 3 are accepted, that means your answer is correct. So you have to check for all test cases to see whether your answer got accepted or not. So if we oh sorry, again we run this. Now we have to submit this solution. We see it is accepted, and look, accepted. That means we solved this problem. So look, this is not the hard problem. It is medium problem, but sometimes the medium problem solution could be hard, because if you think critically, maybe it will take time to solve the answer. But if you think normally, first try to solve this problem in a brute force way, or just the normal implementation without optimization. Later, if you see that it is not solved, you got the time limit exceeded or memory limit exceeded, then you have to think for the optimization. So, and if you think complex from the initial stage, so it will take more time to solve the problem. So be simple from the first time. So now we see the runtime is 87 millisecond, and we beat it 79% user with C++. For memory, we beat it this number of people. Uh, so who uses the actually the the C++ language. So so we are done, and I already submitted eight these, and now I have submitted again. So it varies time to time because of server. So that is why I saw first time it was 90 millisecond, now it's 87, is because it could be because of network latency and others. So we are done. So hopefully you will able to solve this problem. You might have different idea, different solution, or different techniques. So please write this code and get the idea. And first thing and first try with your solution. And then if you want more ideas, you can check other solutions. So my suggestion is first try First, try by yourself using pen and paper, write something, scratch something, and I mean, I mean, you might get an idea if you think. At least spend 10 to 20 minutes. So not too hard. So okay, no more today. So I will talk in different uh, solution in different videos. So see you next time. Bye bye.